Thursday, December 14th, 2023. I'm on my way into Rosedale Transport this morning. I'm driving my wife's car, so when I get on the interstate up here, if y'all see me in the left lane, I can do that because I'm not driving my semi. Hope everybody's, good morning, Brian Walton. Hope everybody's having a great and fantastic week. I hope everybody's staying safe out there. If you're new to my channel, my name is Shawn, and I put out videos about trucking. I started doing this last September. The channel's grown to now over 50,000 subscribers, so thank y'all so much for subscribing to the channel and watching the different videos I do. I try to put out videos every day trying to help you succeed as a truck driver. Trying to help you make the most money. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm in my wife's car, so my camera holder on my phone ain't that great, but I try to help you the most money, get the most miles, and do whatever I can to help you succeed. So thank you so much for watching. Now, I'm a trainer here at Rosedale Transport, and I train the new drivers. But last month I came off the road and I had to work in the office. So for the past month I've been working inside the office, and I've learned so much, y'all. I've learned so much inside the office that I did not know, things that I wasn't aware of. I've been driving for 16 years, but there's a lot of stuff out there at Rosedale drivers that we might not, and I say Rosedale drivers, there's a lot of drivers from Rosedale actually watch the channel, but all drivers. There's so much that goes on inside that office that it's hard to even fathom, all the crap that dispatch has to go through, safety has to go through. And as a driver, I didn't realize it, but you want to feel like everything's on you, and you call and they need to pay attention to what's going on in you, but they have 1,000 things going on. It's amazing that they even have time to talk sometimes. It's just and I get it. Good morning, Raymond Church. Good morning. It's amazing. So if your dispatcher talks to you for a minute, trust me, they are swamped. And them taking the time just to talk to you for a minute, that means a lot. So, and I know dispatchers are supposed to talk to you, and I get it, but right now they are really swamped, and it's really, I appreciate that, Brian Walton. Brian Walton gave a super chat, $4.99. Thank you, buddy. That means a lot to me. Speaking of Brian Walton, Brian's got some news to tell everybody at Rosedale today. If anybody that works for Rosedale Transport is in need of an air fryer, you need to get with me or get with Brian or get with somebody to call Brian. Brian's on the way to the yard today, and he has 3 air fryers. Well, he's got 2 that he's giving away. Nothing wrong with them. They work really good. They fit right in the truck. And he called me this morning. He said, hey, when you do your live, he's like, can you find out if anybody's in need of an air fryer? Look, if y'all haven't ever used an air fryer, y'all really, really, really need to start using them. They're great. I've got one. I actually got one in the break room right now at Rosedale, but I'm going to take it back to the truck, y'all. So I know some of y'all might have been using it, but it's going back with me. But if you're in need of air fryer, get it. You can cook hamburgers in it, hot dogs in it, chicken in it. There's so much you can do with an air fryer, and it's good. I boil eggs in them things. They're great to have. So if you don't have an air fryer and you're in need of one, come find me or find Brian, or get somebody in the office to call Brian Walton. Brian Walton has 2 that he wants to give away and bless somebody with today. So make sure you do that. But speaking of me being in the office, like I said, I'm not going to be in the office tomorrow after tomorrow. Tomorrow is my last day. It's my last day. So as far as inside the office, I'm hitting the road, Jack. Don't come back no more. No, I've got my daughters are going to be helping with my grandpa at the house. So I now can go back over the road, and I'll be making videos every day still. So anything that I can do to help you, anything I can do, just let me know. You've got my email. If not, you've got my phone number. For all those that don't work at Rosedale, I do offer a membership for mentorship. If you want to join it, you actually get my personal phone number, so you can call me, and I will guide you and help you in any way. Today's video, we're going to be talking about trip planning, y'all. Trip planning is very important for a successful truck driver. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, United Billy. How y'all doing out there? We got Philip Bozanica. If I said that right. Good morning to you, sir. Yeah, air fryers are definitely the best. And United Billy T is in the house. Yeah, back in action, big dog, back in action. But anyway, so we're talking about trip planning this morning and the importance of trip planning. If you don't trip plan right, that's going to hurt you from getting the money that you need. Robert says, I want an air fryer. Okay, do you work here at Rosedale, Robert? If you do work here at Rosedale, are you going to be near the yard today? Let me know. Zach Elrod, I don't think you stay out of the truck for long yet, buddy. Yeah, I was out for a month, man, ready to get back to it, you know what I mean? All right, so yeah, just let me know in the comments if you want the air fryer. If I don't, I'm driving, so if I miss your comment, just let me know or let somebody at dispatch know to get in touch with Brian Walton. And the first 2 people that get in touch with him gets a free air fryer. So, all right, let's get into it. We're talking about trip planning and the importance of trip planning. If you don't trip plan right, I don't have a good night. Again, like I was telling y'all yesterday, either you plan for success or you plan for fail. So let's go over it. Trip planning. How do you trip plan? Let me know in the comments. When dispatch sends you over, they send you over the message and they say, hey, you're going to such and such place, you're picking up at such and such place. First part of my trip planning is I'm going to call, or I'm asking my dispatcher anything they know about it. Is it drop and hook? Is it a live load? Did they take you early? Ask the right questions to dispatch and see if they have the right answers. And, you know, you don't know until you ask. So you've got to ask these questions and say, hey, you know, if I get there sooner, can you get me a backhaul out there sooner? When's going to be the backhaul? Okay, it says it's a drop for Saturday. Am I going to have to sit till Monday? Can I get a back load before then? Oh, you plan on getting out? These things matter. So you can keep moving. It matters for you. And you're like, well, I don't want to bug my dispatcher. Listen, for a trucking company to succeed, they need you running 2,500 miles, 3,200 miles. You know, they need those big runs, and you need it too. We're not out here just lollygagging around. We're out here to make money and to make miles and keep these wheels turning and burning. So that's the first thing that you want to do. All right, then what do? You go ahead and you put it in your GPS, right? Some of y'all have a Garmin GPS. Some people have Graham McNally's. Whatever you use, you put it in your GPS and see how it is. Then what I do is I pull out my atlas and I look, and I like to see the route. I like to visualize it. We seem that we just put the address in and just take off. You know what I'm saying? But instead of just putting it in and just blindly trusting it, look at your atlas. Speaking of atlases, you know, this Saturday is the Christmas, I think it's this Saturday, it's the Christmas party at Rosedale Transport. If y'all ain't got signed up for it, get with Giles. They've got plenty of food. They're going to have their, look, I'm not going to make it this year because I'm going to actually hit the road, but I've never missed one, and they have really, really good food. They have prizes. They're giving away the driver of the year. I'm not going to say his name, but there's a driver of the year that's going to get the award this year. He did really good. I was talking to the dispatch, and they said that, you know, he never was in there. He just kept rolling. You know, he was turning and burning every single week. So he definitely deserves it. He's getting drive of the year. They've got a couple million-mile awards they're giving out. But what I was going to tell you is, the reason I brought it up is they give out prizes, and every year they give you out these little numbers that you get, you know, tickets, and they call your name, and if they call you get your ticket, you go over and pick a prize, and everybody gets a prize, so you go over and get it. But what's always left at the end of the night is those Rand McNally atlases, and that's what I get every year. Those things are like $79 for the limited atlas, and it's sad because they're always left over there. And I'm like, wow. So I usually get one and I usually get a couple of them to give away to my trainers. You know, you get to get a new one every year, but they're nice to have. But it surprises me how drivers don't even use the atlas no more. But atlases are so much more than just seeing where you're going. You can look at bridge law, weight limits. There's so much that people have forgotten knowledge or how to use it. So make sure you start using your atlases, y'all, and checking it out. All right, so what navigation system do y'all use? A lot of people say they use Trucker Path. I've tried that before. If you don't have a GPS, you can have a Hammer. Y'all ever use Hammer? Hammer is an app. Works pretty good. It works for truckers. You can put it on your phone or tablet. It's free. Trucker Path is free. They got the free version of it. Then they got a version that you can buy or pay for it. They even let you know if truck stops are full or up ahead by other truckers checking in and letting them know. So it's, you know, GPS and using your navigation is important. But also, y'all, when you're doing trip planning, you want to call the shipper. Call the shipper and ask them, hey, yo, Joe, what's up? when I'm coming in off this exit, and they used to do that back in the day, I guess, before we didn't have cell phones and all that stuff. They used to have, and I had cell phone, but I didn't have great coverage, but they'd give you directions from the highway, and I don't know why they don't do that anymore, but from I-20, get off this exit, going east, turn left, right, whatever. If you're going west, go this way. And they would lead you, because you got to think, drivers, you put that address in your GPS, it's going to take you to the front door. Well, maybe you shouldn't go to the front door. Maybe you should go to the side, or maybe you have to go to the back. So call the shipper, call the receiver. Also, look at Google Maps. I didn't say use Google Maps. I said look at Google Maps. And blow up the area, like Google Earth, and look at the picture and see how it is, okay? And see what's the best way to go. That's very effective trip planning, and it's very important to trip plan right. So make sure you're doing that. All right, another thing that's part of trip planning that we never really discuss is your weather and road conditions. So many drivers I talk to, and I'm like, hey, where you going? I'm headed up to da-da-da-da. And I'm like, there's a big snowstorm coming. No, really? Didn't even know. So you need to pay attention to that and say, okay, the snow, so many times I've got myself out of pickles because I'm like, okay, the snowstorm is coming in this day. I need to get up there and get out of there. I literally have been in Minnesota when the snow started falling. I mean, it started coming down hard. But I knew it. I knew I needed to get on a shipper, and I got out of there instead of just taking my time, even stopping to eat. If I would have stopped and had a big meal or something like that, or took a shower like I was about to, I would have been stuck. But I heard it. Listened to the news, and they told me the storm was coming in, and it got really bad, and I got out of there, though. And you know what? The people that were there right behind me, they were there for 3 days. I got out of there just in time by paying attention to your weather. Paying attention to that. This is a true story. When I first started driving, Chris Deal's the operations manager. He's actually a dispatcher back then. By the way, if you're looking for a good company and you ain't working at Rosedale, you need to come over here. It's 706-226-1003. Ask for Tina and tell her I sent you. But great company. But the operations manager used to be he was a truck driver, and then he became a dispatcher, and then he became operations manager. But back when he first started dispatching, I was working, I was headed to Akron, Ohio on an Avon load. And there was a lot of trucks. There was like 17 trucks going up to Kentucky and Ohio that night, Columbus. I was going to Akron. And I was listening to the weather, and there was this huge snowstorm that was coming from the west. And it looked like it was going to hit Kentucky by the time that I was going to go through there. And I picked up in Atlanta. We had two different ways we could go. We could go up 75, which is the best way. Or we could go up 85 and end up going through West Virginia, going over the mountains that way, which is really mountainous, and it usually sucks going that way a little longer. But I listened to the weather, and I knew that storm was coming through, so I took a chance. And I went up through Virginia, West Virginia, and I come out over in Ohio, and that's when the storm was coming through. But I made it. I made it to my destination. I had to be there by 6 a.m., and it was 6:05. And I'll never forget this night, or that morning. I called, and Chris answered. He's like, "Come on, Bo." I said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry I'm 5 minutes late." He said, "Dude, it's all right, dude. No, nobody made it." And I said, "No," I said, "I'm 5 minutes late." And he said, "Dude, it's okay. You can't make all of them. You're not going to make it." And I was like, "I'm here, dude." He's like, "Hold on a minute." He's like, "What the hell?" He's like, "How did you get there?" He's like, "Nobody made it. Like, everybody they're shutting the roads down. It was because I trip planned." And I said, "I made it, dude." He's like, "I can't believe this shit." Now, once I got there, I was stuck, but I was stuck at my destination, and I was proud of that, I could have got stuck the other way, but by paying attention to your weather, paying attention to storms, all that matters. Hurricanes, tornadoes, when strong winds, pay attention, y'all, and be informed and trip plan accordingly. When you're driving and you know about weather, it helps you out. So get you a weather app, or you have your weather radio. Most of the trucks here have weather radios and stuff like that. So good morning, truck driver start to finish. How you doing this morning? Truck driver start to finish is John. He's training with big Mark Wendland. They down over in Bessemer, Alabama, I think right now. But you almost done training, ain't you there, John? John was my last trainee before I went off the road. and I had to send him home because I had to come off the road, and then Mark had to finish him up training, so he got to train with me and Mark. So it's kind of good, cool to get trained with two different trainers. You learn, different things, so it's kind of cool. All right, so next, as far as trip planning, is you want to plan your rest stops, you want to plan your fuel stops, and plan all this ahead of time. You're like, why would I do that? Because it's important, because time is money, and if you plan correctly, that's how you become a million-mile safe driver. It's also how you become driver of the year, or how you become very valuable, how you make more money than anybody else driving, because you're going to get the most miles, is because you trip plan, and you trip plan correctly. He said, yes, Shawn, kicked me out of the truck. That's right. Kicked your butt out of the truck, John. But let me tell you, for example, okay, I look at my route and I say, okay, I got the Loves out. Well, here at Rosedale, we fuel at Loves, and that's good. I know I got to fuel at Loves. I'll look at all the Loves on the way, and I'm like, okay, I can get fuel here. I need to take my 30-minute break, so I'm going to get a shower here. I know this Loves is probably really crowded by this time, so I'll do it here. Also, I could eat here, or this one's got a grocery store here across the street, and I try to make it all one stop instead of stopping here to eat, stopping here for a break, stopping here to get groceries, stopping here for a shower. You keep that door closed, you can get further down the road, and life can be a little more enjoyable if you do it right. Plus, if you use the same fuel stop, you'll get a Loves rewards card. Pilot has them. Flying J has them. All of them have them. But a rewards card, like my Loves rewards, every time I get a gallon of fuel, they give me back 4 pennies. So you stop every couple of days and put in 200 gallons, you're getting $8. You say, well, $8 is a lot, but hey, $8 is something. $8 is you get you a meal with it, you get you a drink. If you do stop at Loves and you have to get a repair done, they give you points back on that. It might not be a lot, but you get a little bit of money and it adds up. I know people who saved their money and bought a GPS with it. They bought headsets with it. I bought a dash camera with it. So, because planning, this all goes back to trip planning, y'all. Planning where your fuel at. And then again, like showers. I get a shower just about every day. I might have to get one every other day on a bad day, but I try to get one every day. You can't say you don't have time if you properly do it. You pull in the Loves during the day when you know it ain't crowded. You run in there, you get your shower, and while you're doing your 30-minute break, keep on rolling. Make sure you got food stocked in your truck. This is all part of trip planning. That's what we're talking about today. If you're new to my channel, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, smash that like button if you get any value from this. I'm trying to help y'all succeed and help you do good in trucking. So, trip planning, like I said, is very important, especially, that's a lot of points, but planning your fuel stops and planning your rest areas. As you're driving down the road, look and see certain times, like, God, I'm going through that rest area, it is packed. Okay, what night is it? Okay, it's Monday night. Yeah, now I know Monday nights from this time, it is no good. You might come through there on a Saturday, that rest area is about empty. Why is that? Sometimes, if you're in Florida on Saturday or Sunday and you're coming back northbound, them rest areas are slap empty because ain't no freight leaving out there until Monday. So these are things that you will learn. And then you also look and see, you might pass a gas station that's got trucks parking at it, or a grocery store, or you know how many Waffle Houses I packed, and I see there's like 12 trucks behind it. They don't let you know that in the GPS, but truckers just go to those big travel chains and they don't know about that. You can buy this little book online called Truck Stop Pocket Guide. They're about $2 a piece on Amazon. I think like $5, $6, $7 at the truck stop. And it tells you every truck stop, mom and pop, on every interstate in the United States. Very good to have. But it don't tell you the other hidden places. So I'll make notes. Mark Wendland taught me how to do that. I'll make notes on stuff so I can keep up with it, so I can say, okay, here, this is where I need to go. That's all part of trip planning. There's so much to trip planning that I can talk about it all day long, but to be successful, you've got to be a good trip planner. You ain't gonna be perfect at it. It's gonna take time. That's why I said, if you're out there driving, you're a new driver, you need to join my membership and get my phone number and call me. If you got a problem parking, call me and say, hey, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm right outside of Atlanta. Where am I gonna park at? I'm gonna say, hey, get off this exit, make it right, go down here behind the shopping center. I got you. I know a lot of places, and if I don't know, I know somebody who does know. So hit me up and I'll help you out. I'll be back on the road again Friday. I'll have my headset, and hey, as long as I'm awake, you can call my number and I'll help you. Well, the only two times I won't is if I'm asleep, or if I'm at home with my wife. I don't answer my phone then. I spend time with her. And I know here lately I've been at Rosedale and I've missed some calls. What's going on, Jerry and Regina Lucas? What's up, buddy? I'm back rolling now, so hopefully I'll get to come up your way toward Tennessee. He's got a flea market stand up there. I've been following my channel for a while. He's a very good subscriber, and I really appreciate him in the community. But he's got a little flea market, sells flags and fishing equipment and stuff up there north of Knoxville. So cool. It's cool to see you on the channel this morning. You can call me at 2:30 a.m. if I'm awake, John, but you know what? John says he'll call me at 2:30. That's all right, because you can call me in the middle of the night if you want to, because I turn my ringer off, bro. You should know that. When I go to sleep, my ringer's off. And you ain't going to bother me, but I'll see you called and I'll call back. Andrew Craig, good morning. Andrew Craig's a member. That's what that little star next to his name is. Appreciate you joining me this morning. Appreciate ya. This is Shawn Talks Trucking at 6 o'clock in the morning. Y'all help my ride coming from Alabama, making it a little easier on these long drives in the morning. I drive 2 hours here and 2 hours back just to work at Rosedale at the office. But hey, you know what? I really appreciate it, man. That's kind of company Rosedale is, y'all. You need them, you go to them. They work with no other company. If I went to them and said, listen, I can't drive the next 2 months, until I figure something out. Can you help me out? Most of them be like, nah. They help you out. That's why if you're looking for a company and you ain't called Rosedale yet, you lost your mind, Bo. You need to call them, because, hey, once you work for the best, you don't work for the rest. That's fact, Jack. Okay, we're talking about trip planning here. Another thing you want to count for in trip planning, and I know we don't talk about it a lot, is hours of service. Keeping up with your hours and making it work. It's called, now back in the day, we didn't have to do all that. We had the log books, and yeah, everybody fudged here and there. But now we got these electronic logs, ain't no fudging them. So you got to work the system. And the better you are at working that legally, the better you are. And you can make excuses all day long. Well, I can't do this because this, that. Listen, we all got electronic logs out here. And some people are getting 3,000 miles a week. Some people get 18. Some people claim they're just lazy. They might not be lazy. They don't understand how to do it. They don't understand. For example, you get a Toyo load, takes 4 or 5 hours to unload. And I was talking about this the other day. You drive and you get, your appointment's at 6 a.m. in the morning. You drive and it's, I don't know, 7 o'clock at night. And you're 30 minutes away and there's a Love truck stop. You're like, oh wow, I'll just stop here and I'll be on time in the morning. You think that's good, but it's not. You stop at that Love, you take your break, you get up, you're only 30 minutes away, you drive over there, and then it takes 6 hours to unload you. Okay? Wow, you done started your clock. You only got 14. So you done waste at least 7 hours. So half of that clock is gone. Okay, half of it's gone. You only got 4 hours to drive there, the 7 of it's gone. Now at 50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, you're only gonna do 250 miles that day. Now, if you'd called ahead of time and you'd have known that that's a place that takes a long time, and you find out that you can sleep there, and you know what dock to go to, and this is a perfect world now, but it's true. You drive over there, you back to the dock, you go to sleep, they get you unloaded, you start your clock. Now versus 4 hours of driving, you got 11 hours of driving. So now you're getting 650 miles instead of 250 miles. It's not that the other driver was lazy, it's the other driver smarter. He trip planned. He got there. These are things, drivers, that we need to learn. And the good thing about Rosedale is a lot of stuff is drop and hook, but we do have those Toyo loads. But you can learn these loads, y'all, and you can learn, hey, I can't do this here, or I can get this far here, or dang, Atlanta traffic, I better drive a little further today, or sometimes it's, I better cut short today. Like, cut short? Yeah. How many times y'all been coming back from the Savannah, and it's almost to Atlanta, and if you go through Atlanta, it's going to take you 4.5 hours. Now, sometimes you go to Atlanta, it's going to take you 30 minutes, it's going to take you 5 hours, no matter what time, but you know it's Friday night traffic, okay? and you've only got 10 hours left on your 70. Don't burn it. Pull over and cut that day short. Get up at 3 o'clock in the morning the next day on Saturday and zoom right on through there. Now you just saved yourself an extra 4 hours. You say, yeah, it's just 4 hours. But that 4 hours is potentially, on a 70-hour work week, an extra 250 miles. So just by little things like that, y'all, you have to think ahead, like, okay, I need to get to this point first and stop, or I need to get to this point and stop here, or I should go ahead and take my break now before the traffic. I've literally stopped and took a 2-hour break to keep myself from going through traffic, okay? By listening to the CB, and I ain't got no CBs out there probably, but knowing there's a wreck up the head. All right, dang it. I used to just have a phone. Now my Garmin I got now does traffic on it, live traffic, but when my GPS didn't do live traffic, I'd have another phone that used Google Maps. Now I knew I could use Google Maps as a car, but it would alert me and it'd start going off. Get off next exit, get off next exit. And then I'd get on my CB and say, hey, anything going on out there? Yeah, up here at mile marker, blah, 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 it's shut down. Oh, better get off now. And I pull off, get my atlas out, because the GPS may keep trying to get you to go through it. Pull my atlas out, and then find a way around it. Now, I've done beat the driver in front of me. I've literally had a Rosedale truck behind me, didn't have a CB, and they come around me, waved, and I went around them and waved, and then I heard something up on my GPS was telling me there was a wreck ahead. I got on the CB to say, hey, it's messed up. I pulled off right there in Chattanooga, going downtown through the city, which you could go through that way. It's, a lot of red lights, a lot of turns. And I seen that driver wave at me, and he's like looking at me crazy, like, where are you going? And I'm like, come on. He didn't come on. All right, well, I went on, went through, got through Chattanooga, come out on the other side. Took me maybe 20 minutes to go around that way, and it would have been 20 minutes longer. Then I got to my destination, and they were going to the same place. I got there about 4 hours later. They pulled up. I was like, God, what took you so long? They said, I didn't even stop. I was in that traffic for almost 4 hours. I said, golly. Why? Because that's part of your trip planning, not just the beginning, but trip planning is all the way through the trip too. Being prepared to change on a dime. Being prepared to change your plan that you trip plan. It's not set in stone. You set this plan, but things happen. You got to be prepared for multiple routes and multiple ways. And this takes time to learn. But the guy getting the award this year, he knows how to trip plan, obviously, so he's going to get Driver of the Year award. If you want that, you got to learn how to trip plan. You got to learn. If you want to be poor or not have enough money, and you say, I ain't got enough miles or I can't get this, maybe it's because you're trip planning. The freight's here at Rosedale. So I talk to drivers every day. You got one set of drivers that are getting 28 to 3,200 miles every week. You got one set of drivers who get 2,300 average. You got another set that can't get over 2,000. Why is that? We all have the same freight. We all have nice trucks. We all do. Why? Some are lazy and some are not trip planning. If you want 3,000 miles a week, learn these things and think about it. If you need any help, call me. If you work at Rosedale, you already got my number anyway, or you can get my number. But if you don't work at Rosedale, like I said, I offer a membership. You can join, you get my number, and I'll teach you and I'll try to help you get this in. You know what I'm saying? But that's all part of trip planning there. All right, well, all right, now let's see here. So the next thing, again, is after hours of service, is again what I talked about before, is that communication and dispatch. Communicating with your dispatcher. I call it managing your dispatcher. Getting on them, asking, hey, listen, I'm going to be here by 6 o'clock. What you got for me next? Staying on them and talking to them. Don't sit around and wait for that Samsara to send you a message. Be proactive. Okay? Call them. Tell them, I don't like this run. I like this run. I need this. I need this many miles. Closed mouth don't get fed. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, brother. How you doing? I'm hitting the road again Friday, big dog. Hitting the road again tomorrow night. Next part of good pre-tripping is going to be a good pre-trip and post-trip. Make sure you're checking your truck out before you leave. Make sure you find out if there's any things wrong with it. Don't just get up the road and deal with it. Now, if you work here at Rosedale, y'all know we have the Penske shop out there, and I know it's a lot of y'all are concerned about the shop and different things like that, but listen, I've been working here last month, and there has been made some changes, and there are going to be some more changes happening in the future. But Rosedale, if y'all don't know this, Rosedale pays a certain price for all the labor to be done here at the shop. So every time we go out and get something done somewhere else, I know we can't help it sometimes we're not here, but let's say you pick up your truck and you know there's an issue, and then you take it somewhere else, you're costing Rosedale a whole bunch of money. And you say, well, why does it matter, Shawn? Well, I mean, they got plenty of money, I'm making their money. Look, it matters. Do you want to raise? Do you want to get new trucks? Do you want to have nice things? Your company has to be profitable because it goes down the line. They're not going to buy new trucks if they're not making it. We got brand new trucks right now, y'all. Like half the fleet is 24 and newer. Well, a few years from now, they're not going to be new no more. And if you got drivers that are just going out getting stuff done anywhere else and just robbing them pretty much, then it doesn't help. So we all got to work as a team. And we got to work together. Make sure we're getting our oil changes on this equipment. And it's for you too. Like, I want to make sure that my truck's going to last me for a while, you know, especially if you're driving a brand new truck. You know, I got out of a truck. I had a new truck and I gave it away to another driver, but I knew that truck was going to last because I made sure my oil changes was done. I made sure I kept up the maintenance on it, and I knew it was going to last me a while. Now I've got to get another truck, but it's okay. I might end up getting in an older truck today. I might not get a new truck. I should. I think I will. I got one that's supposed to be available today, but if I don't, it's okay. Because I know in a few months they'll move me up to a new truck. But I'm going to make sure that I get my maintenance done. And I'm going to make sure that I'm being proactive with that. And we need everybody here at Rosedale to do that too. We got to work as a team, okay? But as far as the maintenance, yeah, if you're here on the yard, try to get everything done here. Not just up the road, because they pay a certain amount here. It's not free, but they pay a salary, like a base rate for all the labor. So when we get it done somewhere else, and I get it, driver, sometimes we do got to get it done somewhere else, but as far as your trip planning, you see something done, something wrong, you're coming in, you're going home, you're going to leave your truck here a few days, write it up and get it done here while you're off. Get it done while you're home. You know, hey, I need this oil change, I'm going to be in this Saturday. Get it done. I mean, this tire's looking a little funky. I'm going to get these tires done. Don't wait till you go home, come back, get in the truck, like, I need to get this tire done. I'm going to go over to Love's, take a shower and get it done. Why, driver? You're hurting yourself, you're hurting the company, you're hurting everybody. It don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a little part of trip planning this morning. I hope that helps you out. Aaron said, what? Wait, you going back on the road? For how long? Where are you going? Yeah, remember I come off the road because of my family issues. Well, my daughters are going to come help my grandpa with my wife. So I'm going back on the road, back to OTR again. You know, I come off the road for a month, but I'm going to get back training again. So I'm hitting the road back Friday night. I'm making them trucking videos again every day, but I'm still going to continue this morning show. Now, if I miss a show in the morning, it's because, hey, you know how it goes. I might have a late delivery one night and I have to take my 10-hour break and I ain't going to be able to do it. But as long as I'm up and rolling at 6 o'clock, look, I can get in the left lane, y'all, right now. I'm in my wife's car. I'm driving her Arcadia this morning, so I can get this done over here. But God bless every one of y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like and share this video. It helps the algorithm. Remember now, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m., I do what we call Trucker Sunday, which I'll pull over wherever I'm at, whether I'm at home, truck stop, side of the road, Walmart parking lot, and read y'all a little bit of Bible. So make sure y'all tune in for that. But before I end today's message, I would like to give a little prayer. Please, if you're driving, do not bow your heads. Don't close your eyes. I'm not going to close my eyes either, all right? Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you in the name of Jesus, and I ask you to touch everybody out there that's watching. Touch all my fellow truck drivers out there. Heal them and protect them. Got a special request to pray for Craig McKinney out there who's hurting right this second. He's got some medical issues he's having to deal with. I want to remember him in prayer. Also want to remember Eddie Across America's channel. He passed away. Remember his wife and his kids. They lost their husband and lost his father last week. So let's remember them in prayer. But also, Jesus, please send out angels to watch over everybody. And if anybody's out there sick or hurting, please heal them and comfort them and help them through this day. Anybody out there that's lost and don't know Jesus, you can say this prayer with me. Say, Jesus, I'm a sinner. I'm lost and I don't know you. Please forgive me my sins and help me live a better life. Help me be more like you. Help me be a good father, a good husband, a good worker. Help me be more like you, Jesus. In Jesus' name, amen. If you prayed that prayer, you too are saved, and now you got to live right. You got to go out and sin no more. Get you a good Bible, find you a good church, and pray without ceasing. God bless every one of y'all again. Thank y'all for watching my channel. If I can help y'all out with anything, let me know. It's Trucking Life with Shawn, baby. Let's get it.